Hey, what is going on, guys? Hansha here, and once again we got two new trailers for Granblue Versus. Soriz and Djeeta, both their character trailers are out now, so I'm about to check both those out. I've already watched the trailers this time, so nothing will be surprising, and hopefully I can keep this video a little shorter than the other ones. Okay, let's get this trailer started. We got the Soya theme song. Once again, like I said in my video when I first saw him, the Soya song is on YouTube, you can watch that. This is all a reference to him, Jen, and Eugen being in Fudoshis. So yeah, it was part of a summer event. Okay, so my personal opinion from watching this trailer is that he is, well, obviously he's a close range fighter, but I do think he's going to be a bit on the weaker side of things. It's really cool that he has this like install thing he goes into. We're going to see that really soon. Right here, he has that unique action, and once he gets hit enough, he will get enough meter to go into his super skybound art. I guess you still have to be low on life to actually go into this super Saiyan mode. This is like the cool super, honestly. That's actually like a really cool super finish. I'm glad he's in the game. Let's talk about him a little bit more. I was definitely talking mostly through the trailer, but let's talk about him a little bit more after this. So, oh yeah, Rose Queen stage. I'm really disappointed that Rose Queen stage is in the game, and they're selling it back to us as DLC. So, next we're going to the Djeeta trailer. All right, so Djeeta's theme is Over the Sky. That's another song I used in my previous video when explaining the character a little bit. So this time, yeah, Djeeta, it's like kind of like a older sister type character to Varia. Life-linked. Definitely BFFs. So definitely on the more cute side of things, I guess. She has this charged fireballs, really good. I do like charged fireballs that go full screen. You can follow afterwards. Like I said, those moves are always good. Okay. She has a different unique action and a different EX special. Little animations, really like her. Looks really cool. Alter ego, yeah. Foot dive. Yeah, she's basically just Gran with a few different moves. You could kind of think of her as Ken, but not really. I don't feel like. I feel like Halina's already like the Ryu and Gran's the Ken. And Deadly Rave is like the cool super in the game. I'm really, really happy she has a cool looking super, man. Yep, once again, you know, for the people that ship them, you know, for the shippers. I don't think a lot of people actually ship Djeeta with Lyria though. I don't think a lot of people do. But yeah. Once again, Rose Queen. I don't know why we gotta pay for her, man. It's just ridiculous. I'm personally like mostly hyped for Zoe right now. So once we get Zoe, I'm in there. Once we get Zoe, I gotta see if I like her playstyle or not. Otherwise, Djeeta will be my sub. I gotta figure out which one of them will be my sub. This is that type of game though where it's actually pretty easy to pick up a character. So it's not like it's going to be a big deal whether you sub or main a character or not. Well, main a character, yeah, but sub a character, tertiary characters, you know, they're pretty much the same thing in this game. So we'll be waiting a good 2 weeks and a little bit more for the Zoe trailer. My personal opinion, I'm going to go back to the Soriz trailer, but my personal opinion is that Soriz is probably a character I wouldn't personally play. He's obviously like cool dude. Love this dude. He's definitely really cool, and I do like that he's like more of a positive representation of, you know, masculinity. Once again though, I do feel like he is not a super popular character in Granblue at all. So it is like another kind of weird pick in a, why would you put an unpopular character in Granblue? But I feel like he's iconic enough to actually like be in this game. Unlike La Diva. I'm still like not over La Diva getting in this game. I'm like, oh, that's so random. That is so random. You're like two big bodies in the game now, like come on. So he does not have a DP. I feel like that's gonna hurt him a lot. Not having a reversal in this game is really, really bad. Like this is that type of game where having a reversal is really, really good. So like anti-airing some moves that otherwise you wouldn't be able to anti-air. I do not have high hopes for him. I think he's going to be weak. Normally these kind of characters, they have a chance of being either weak or strong, and just from what they described him as being like a character that needs to take hits, like with his unique action, he needs to block hits. I personally just think he's just going to end up, so yeah, he's going to be too reliant on meter in my opinion. So I'm thinking right now, just like Ladiva with a few little extra tricks. Just doesn't look like he has good normals in my opinion. You know, we haven't seen all of them, of course, but doesn't look like we got a lot of good things with him. Once again, you know, some people might say that this is like a equal representation of male fan service, like for like, you know, all the chicks that play the game that like the hot dudes and stuff. You would think like Soriz would kind of fit that bill, but he's not. One, he's an old man. Okay, so that's already narrowing down your demographic to a few people. Two, he is he's more like a representation of like the male, like what men want to be when they're grown up. Like we want to be like buff old men. Like we don't want to be scrawny old man. We want to be like this guy. Like this is more like a wish fulfillment for us dudes. You know, it's not really a thing for. It's not really a thing to get the fangirls. You know, the fangirls are going to be into Belial and Belial, whatever people want to pronounce it. So the fangirls are into Belial, and Beelzebub, I don't think Beelzebub hit that well in comparison, but Beelzebub 2. So yeah, if anyone wants to tell you this is like equal opportunity fan service, it's not. It's not. Do this shit to Percival, that's equal opportunity fan service. You know, give us Summer Sandolphin, that's equal opportunity fan service. Characters like this, yeah, this is more for like the old men anime lovers, like where the back in my day anime characters were buff, big, huge and stuff. Like this is more for them. He's definitely gonna be one of those characters that might be cool to watch in tournament. So you see a tournament and a Soriz pops up, you're like, oh cool, Soriz, unless he's top tier. If he's top tier, everyone's gonna play him, then he's like, oh, Soriz. But if he's not top tier, he's gonna be one of those characters you see once in Blue Moon, like, oh wow, a Soriz player, I'm really hyped, I want to see him go into his install. So he's here to bring the hype. Personally, I think Cheryl would have been cooler, but yeah. And also, like I was mentioning before, this Fundoshi outfit, Jin is on the left and Oiken is on the right, Sori's in the middle. Honestly, I don't know if people will get uncomfortable seeing this kind of stuff. I really don't. It's looking anime. But so I'm just gonna leave it on the screen. I don't care. These three guys, they were in the summer events, you know, doing like their own little funny gags and stuff for the summer. I have to go back and watch that event. I haven't played it in a long time, and I think I skipped through it when I went back through it as side stories. So like these three and Kaz, you know, the homies, like they are basically like the homies in a summer event. The most recent thing I think that these guys were involved in were with the drum master job advancement. So there was a job class for Djeeta and Gran that was them and their fundoshis and playing the drum, and it was a very unique job. Unfortunately, I don't think it went anywhere after that. I think it kind of just got sidelined by the better jobs that came out. That was kind of unfortunate. I think the job looked kind of cool, but well, obviously I liked it for one reason. Yeah, that was like the most recent thing we had, and other than that, we haven't really seen these guys much. So this is kind of like another way of them bringing back old characters. Granblue is definitely known for bringing back old characters that either used to be popular and kind of like died down popularity, like maybe like Jessica or Jury. I guess like Jury was anniversary skin. He had to be popular at one point, right? He was right. So it's cool that other people can get the Soya experience. All right, back in the Djeeta trailer. Obviously half the trailer is like Gran stuff a little bit. Not really like half of it, but like a lot of it was like comparisons to Gran, and then they're gonna show like Djeeta's point of view. Basically, like Lyria's cowering in fear at the very beginning of this, and Djeeta's like, you know, it's gonna be okay. I'm here. I'm a badass. I'm about to go in. I'm about to destroy whoever it is I'm fighting. Dude, that's Djeeta right now. Look at the confidence. Look at the confidence. Gran has no confidence. Gran has no confidence. I don't know what happened to him. I'm disappointed with Gran now. Like, so like I said before, I like Gran in the original April Fool's like representation of Gran and Djeeta, where they are both captains. Djeeta was kind of more like the quiet, like a little bit more shy, kind of not really too shy, but best female friend type girl to Gran. You know, like they're just homies. And Gran was definitely the charismatic guy that got things done, had the big smile, went in there, did his stuff. And then when they job changed, you know, the whole thing was that Gran doesn't change personality when his job changes, but Djeeta, she changes personality when she job changes. It gets more confident or just plays her roles a little better. Like, she's a role player. That was a big thing about Djeeta, and that was one of my things that I liked. Now they kind of like flip things around a little bit. You know, Gran is a bit more quiet, reserved, doesn't really talk much, and he also just doesn't smile. So he's just a regular ass dude. He's just a regular ass dude now. He's not the same anymore. From the April Fools. So this happened with the anime representation, of course, and it's kind of like the sort of canon representation of the characters now that they've also transitioned those anime personalities to Granblue verses. That's kind of like the more canon version of them now. But Djeeta, she is now just a person that represents higher level Granblue players, like not Wells. People say Wells. I don't really know why they're saying Wells. This is why everyone has recruits our Eternals. Like, actually, like, I recruited every Eternal except Foof. Actually, I made a vow to never recruit Foof, and that's why I never really got the skin. But I was like, you know what? Now I'm thinking like, you know what? I'll do it. Let me get the staff. So next Guild Wars, I'll get the staff to actually make the skin finally. All because of this game. I'm gonna actually do it. I was actually just fine with just using the other job class skins, but you know, now Djeeta is actually like the one that represents Granblue players. Look how much more charisma she has. Like, once again, I said she has the alter ego skin color, so this is just a reference to the alter ego outfit that you can get in the browser game. What they did with the super is that they showed Grand Super at the start, then they changed it to Djeeta's actual Super Skybound art. Her Deadly Rave is not her Super Skybound art, so this is a Super Skybound art for Djeeta. So this is like their little way. They try to trick you a little bit, but this is like their way of showing Djeeta's Super Skybound art and make it look like she took the blast and then like a champ and then absorbed another Bahamut's power and then does her Deadly Rave super. And that was what they were going for. What they should have did was have Gran take the hit, but to just go like, you know, Djeeta's way stronger. You know, that's what they should have did. But like I said before, she is just a representation of Granblue players now. Person that grinded Granblue, that's actually kept up with the game, got her Eternals, just has a bit more finesse in her moveset, a bit more confidence. She just represents the community a lot better now. And it used to be the other way around. That's why I used to like Gran a lot before. I was like, yo, Gran's actually like this Chad dude going in. Now he's kind of like, he's like kind of like whatever. Now Djeeta's like, she's like the big chick out here. She's actually the source of power now. Thank you, anime. Thank you, anime, for just changing these characters up to be like kind of like the reverse of what I thought they were. Thank you so much. I'm being sarcastic there. I'm just really disappointed because, you know, Djeeta actually job changes in the anime, so you know she can job change. Gran can't. I think he can actually. There's like this new OVA special coming out where he goes to the wrestler outfit. I think his wrestler and soldier outfits were like the coolest ones, and the Eternal ones for Gran looks really cool too. Djeeta, you know, obviously she's more like the fan service type character, and we'll see how things turn out in the future. I do hope Djeeta is a good character. I do hope Zoe ends up being a good character. She's the hype. Like she brings the hype. You ever hear her voice lines like, oh, the wiki, look up the Grand Order raid and look at her voice lines on the Grand Order raid, click on them, listen to how ham she goes on that shit. Okay, so this is how like the Revenant weapon skin works. Okay, let me explain that a little bit. So this is why everyone's all hyped about it. Hyped about the super. So when you upgrade a Revenant weapon, there's like this seemingly like long process. It used to be like a really long process a long time ago. Now it's kind of like a lot easier, not too difficult. But once you go through this entire process of unlocking all the Revenant weapons, you slowly get like these little scenes with a certain character. These are the Eternal characters, and then once you're done with it, you can recruit that character into being part of your team. A few years ago, they added a new thing where you can uncap these characters again. So like you can power up these characters even more, and now they're like staples in like pretty much every team. A lot of them kind of fell off a little bit now thanks to power creep, but they're like staple characters in the game, farmable. Like they're all farmable characters. most people that actually actively play Granblue will have made their Eternal characters. What happens after you get the 5-star up cap is that you pretty much had to like grind Guild Wars. Every Guild Wars you could pretty much grind like 40 boxes and then get the uncap for the Eternal, and then you have to get like these other materials and stuff like gold brick and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty much a long process to 5-starring your Eternals, and it takes a lot of materials, and so getting this last upgrade definitely takes a long time. So dedicated players are the ones that actually have this. I personally really hate Guild Wars, so I didn't really do this for many characters. I can actually do it to multiple characters, like right now, if I just grind Guild Wars, but you know, it's kind of like whatever. I'm not really into it. Too much for a grind. I got other games to play, but yeah. So basically, the implication here. At first, I thought the implication here was that she has all 10 Eternals without upgrading them. Like she has all 10 Eternals with just like the first way to. Like she just finished all the weapons and then she was done. You know, you get a skin for doing that. With that skin, she is the super. That's the super that she's using. Regenlave Azimuth. So she has Regenlave Azimuth. So and that's like, the fireball that you use in this game is Regenlave. The whole thing is that Pearl Bahamut's power is being channeled through like Lyria into Gran and Djeeta, and that's how they do Regenlave. That's like the name of the special move that they're doing. So that super with the after you get all 10 Eternals is Regenlave Azimuth. Well, after you've done like the full upgrade for every single Eternal, this changes. You get the Super Saiyan Blue skin after beating all the Eternals again. You get the Super Saiyan Blue skin. To get it, like you have to do basically like the entire process of upgrading your Eternals all over again with like some extra stuff. So it's actually a huge pain, and that's why not a lot of people actually have it. This is more of like a rank 250 player type thing. So the highest ranked players, they're the ones with this skin. Most people, like even like high level players or dedicated players, they do not actually have like the blue skin, unless they are big spenders or they really do like grind this game like crazy. Like they got all this, because gold bricks, there's like this time gated thing with gold bricks where you get, it's like a really low chance of getting it from certain like some like the hardest content in the game. So it's really difficult to actually get these, and that's kind of like gating off most players in this game from actually getting like every single Eternal upgraded. So yeah, you get the Super Saiyan Blue skin after you go through a specific Fate episode where you fight against all the Eternals at the same time. Basically, your character, it's implied you fight them at the same time, but it's more like you fight against like one or two at a time. And afterwards, through like the struggle of fighting all of them when they're upgraded, then Gran and Djeeta, they both go through their Super Saiyan Blue transformation. And with that Super Saiyan Blue transformation, they don't really notice it, but everyone's like, oh wow, that's crazy, and let's have a celebration. You're like tapping into more of the power of the Revenant weapons. So that's how it is. And then the super changes to Regenlave Zenith. What they've described on the website, at least through the translation team has said, like before I was like, Djeeta only has Azimuth, so she's just a regular player. She's just a person that grinds. Granblue English, what they did was they translated her moveset, and apparently if you do this move with the proper inputs, it doesn't do Regenlave Azimuth, it's actually Regenlave Zenith. So she has the Super Saiyan Blue version. Is not shown in this trailer, but apparently she has the Super Saiyan Blue version of the super, and that is what she is. That's why people are now, they're kind of like, wow, she is a whale, or she's just a whale. You know, she's a high level player, like super high level player in Granblue. That's what Djeeta represents. She is the very high point of Granblue. Gran represents the low point, your beginner JRPG like guy that just started playing Granblue. Like, you know, he doesn't even have a job changes, but here obviously Djeeta has job changes. That's kind of how it is. So Gran has no job changes. He's just a regular old dude. And obviously you can make the joke that he's beating Djeeta in his life. If you fight a match, it's like, oh yeah, he's continuing with Djeeta in the game. But no, this is how it is. She's 100% stronger than Gran, canonly, you know. There's more like, this is kind of like it's kind of like a joke character, like Lil Wayne beating Djeeta, or like beating like Gran. So it's kind of like that, you know. That's kind of how it feels like. It feels like Gran's like way lower level in power or strength, in comparison to Djeeta, where Djeeta is the new god of the world. She is the actual main character, the one that represents the players the best. This is why people like her, especially now. This is why Granblue players especially are kind of, some of them are hyped to actually be able to play as Djeeta. Kind of like the same thing that Narmaya went through, you know. A lot of people that like their waifu stuff, they're just like, you know, let's, I'm going to play as Djeeta, you know. I don't really care about the other characters in the cast. I want to play as Djeeta, or Narmaya, or like Zoe or something, you know. Something for someone, a character is actually popular, you know. Djeeta gets a lot of fan art, so she gets a lot of fan art, a lot. So yeah, that's kind of the way things are going right now. Personally, like I said before, I wish she was in the base game to begin with. I feel like she was, just because she's the main character, so she should have been in the game to begin with. I'm just sad that she was DLC, you know, for people who's looking at this game, like, without knowing Granblue, there's like, so you're making us pay for Ken. That's what they're saying. She's more like a Sakura, because she charges the projectile. So she's more like Sakura, and she has like a different, I guess you would say like a Tatsumaki whirlwind kick. Like, I guess you would say she has a different version of that. Grants is the boot, and Djeeta has the multi-slash thing, so she's different in that aspect. Still doesn't really mean she's Sakura, because she has like the same normals. For the most part, it looks like a lot of her normals are similar. A lot of her good normals, a lot of the Grant's good normals actually got moved onto her. So no matter what, she's going to be a good character just for that. You know, I'm more of a fan of like their job changes, but she at least looks cute, so I'll play her. And she also has the color for the not Djeeta. So basically in Relink, there was a long time ago, Relink was teased to have Djeeta in it, except it wasn't really Djeeta. It was like this blue hair band girl, white and black. They're like, it's not Djeeta. It's totally not Djeeta, guys. It's totally not Djeeta. So I just say it's not Djeeta. But her extra like reference color is actually the one I'm going to probably be using. You know, I do like white, blue, and black color schemes, or white, blue, and gold. Doesn't matter, like, for me, and blonde hair kind of fits the bill. Hopefully a lot of people won't be using it. I think a lot of people will. Once again, you know, hoping for the best in the future for this game. I know this game is definitely a lot more popular in Japan. It's going to be a big thing for the Japanese FGC. It's not going to be for the American FGC. That was definitely my thoughts on it. I was like, this game's definitely more biased towards the Japanese audience. And although they want this to be like their foot in the door for the Western audience, it's man, it's definitely just the worst timing for this game to have come out. It really was. Worst timing. Could have been in February. It could have been in February. Like, we could have had everyone with the game in February, but Japan only. Yeah, we had the game that came out late in America, came out late in Europe, later in Europe. Steam version didn't have the code, so people that are waiting to play it, that play the gacha game, they're just like, wait, I can't play this game and get my codes? Like, I gotta buy the code separately from other people? Like, no. I gotta get a PS4? Like, no. Why would I do that? And then the characters they picked, it was like Loane, Ladiva. Like, I mean, they're like, yo, Loane, he got like 3 events, but it's kind of like overexposed. Like, he's not really the high points of his events. It's the other gag stuff that they're doing in the events, like the gag version of Jeanne d'Arc, or like Razia, and you know, the Vera and Catalina stuff. Like the Vera gags are like the high point of those events, and even then, those gags, they're just repetitive. They get repetitive. They have to, it's not really the characters they're interacting with, it's just them daydreaming. There, it's kind of like whatever. Like Yggdrasil in this game, and Luane's moveset, that's not even real Yggdrasil. That's a fake version of Yggdrasil. It's not actually her. So they never actually interacted with her, ever. They've never interacted with Yggdrasil for real. They shouldn't have her as a super. She's never part of their thing. Like, there was like the one dude daydreams about her. That was it. Nobody ever associates them with Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is definitely like more of a focus in the story. Definitely like part of your crew. So she's like more focused on than Tiamat, Colossus, and Leviathan. And she's there. She's always there trying to help out Grant and Djeeta and stuff. So you know, just seeing her with Loane is so weird. It makes no sense to me. And since the super is mostly just for griefing, like making people like get annoyed online, it's kind of like they're dragging her name through the mud with them. Definitely something I do not like about the character. Yeah, I just wish she was separate. Wish she was a separate character. Like, come on. Lancelot and Percival, we got 2 Dragonites out of the 4. Siegfried's like a really popular Dragonite too. He didn't get in, and he's like more of like the Dragonite that appeals to both males and females. So once again, we lost Siegfried, we lost Vayne. Like right now, like characters I thought were shoo-ins for the game were like UL. I thought UL was gonna be a shoo-in. Like obviously when we had the logo and I like leaked like pretty much every character in the game, but my first was like, this can't be all the characters. So what other characters do you think is gonna be? It's like, well, we think UL is gonna be a shoo-in. Silva obviously will make it into the game. Cagliostro or Clarice, one of those two. And maybe not both, but one of those two at least. Hellies or Serio, you would think one of them would make it in. Dragon Storm, you know, maybe Alicia or Monica. You know, people thought like those were like the safe picks that you would think, oh, I can see all these characters being in. I thought Djeeta would be in. That didn't happen. Vera, obviously everyone thought Vera was going to be in the game. She's not in. I did say that Zoe was going to be in the first pass, or Zoe or Vera would be in the first pass, and Zoe ended up being in the first one. I said if one of them gets in the first one, then the other one's going to be in the second one. So maybe Vera's going to be in the second pass. I don't know, but I feel like she should have been in the base game with Djeeta. They should have been in the base game to begin with. Obviously, society characters, we have 2 representatives. We already like kind of overrepresented on them, kind of like Dragon Knights. Like just for how small the roster is, we're overrepresented of these characters. But Beatrix is super popular, and Ilsa, like the West loves Ilsa at least. I don't know about Japan, but the West loves Ilsa. I think she's popular in Japan too, but Ilsa is amazing. Eustace. A lot of chicks like Eustace, so I don't know why he's not in. You know, yeah, so many characters put in here. Yeah, so many characters put in. Those were the basic ones. I already assumed we weren't going to be like the higher tier characters. Like we got Beelzebub. I'm like, how do we get Beelzebub playable? How do we get Beelzebub playable when not like Sandolphin first? Like what? That's crazy. But obviously they made Beelzebub for versus, so that kind of explained everything. But it's kind of like, damn, you get like this higher level character, Astral, high tier power level character, and then we got like fucking Lancelot and Charlotta here. I'm like, the character, Lancelot ain't winning shit. He ain't winning shit in this game. Like he's a good character in the game, but he in original Granblue, like Siegfried was the one doing all the damage. It took like all of them to take down Siegfried in Berserk mode. Siegfried in Berserk mode, basically without a level head. He just Berserk mode Siegfried. Without strategy, they couldn't even fight Siegfried. It took Aglovale to absolute zero him, to freeze him, so they can like think of a plan to beat Siegfried. Finally, like I was like, damn, it took all you guys to take him out. Come on now. I was like, that's the dude to get people in the game, and you know, people like Maximilian love Siegfried. I think like yeah, Maximilian loves Siegfried. So love him or hate him, he is definitely like the face of fighting games in a way, at least on YouTube. He is definitely the kind of like big face of fighting games on YouTube. So Maximilian, if you can please him, get people to watch him play and stuff, then you're good to go. But they didn't put in Siegfried. He wanted Siegfried. They didn't put in Siegfried. Now all of a sudden he's not playing the game. He gets in the game, like plays the game like for one day, and he's like I said, he's still uploading videos on the game, but for that one day of him playing Narmaya, like even he thought Narmaya was cool. Like that's crazy. Like what? Yeah, how's everybody like Narmaya? That's how did that even happen? Like that's crazy. Like I didn't know that her appeal stretched out that far. She actually did. I was like, damn, she's popular. I did not know she was this popular. Then I just looked up how much fan art she gets, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now Narmaya is like the face of fucking female characters in this game. I'm like, damn, what happened to Zeta and Matera? What happened, guys? What happened? I'll cut this together, make it shorter. I don't want to make these little trailer watch things way too long anymore. That's too much. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the video. Wait for the Zoe trailer. We got 2 weeks. Oh yeah, Djeeta and Soriz, they come out in 1 week. So yeah, gotta wait for them. Can't wait. Yeah, see you guys later.